guys, thanks for tuning in again. Just wanted to go through one of the systems that I use to enter and exit trades. This is from Jin at LCMS Traders in Singapore. I first learned how to trade from Jin, excellent mentor. He's an economist by trade. He's been trading Forex and different things over the last 10 odd years. Firstly for an institution, and then for his own business and clients. So, like most systems, when you learn, you first learn how to put in support and resistance lines. They're important for identifying areas where price has previously had problems, or it's a lot of congestion in those areas, and it's either rebounded off a particular price zone, or it's crashed through and pulled back and then boosted back on with the price momentum. So there's a couple of things to Jin's system that he uses. One of them is the Bollinger Bands, and another one is, which are these purple lines here, and then another one is the white PSAR or parabolic SAR. They're all indicators that he uses, along with support and resistance lines. Now the red ones are mine, and the green and the blue ones are from FMP, Mark's M2 system. Now the main ingredient, I suppose, of Jin's system that he teaches you when you first start is the sped up MACD, which is this window here, as I said before. Now I've identified a couple of zones here that are of interest anyway, that I can show you guys something that's happened. Now this is on the daily time frame, but we'll zoom down into the shorter time frames in a minute. But essentially, with his sped up MACD, which is a really crucial part of the system, he looks for triangles to form and open, basically. So if, for example, the current price is above the zero line on his sped up MACD, especially configured MACD, he will look for a sell signal above. So he'll look for a triangle to form on the way down. Now, obviously, if he's looking to long a trade, he will look for a triangle to open up underneath and cross over the zero line on his MACD. So, for example, here, let's zoom in on this first line, first zone that I've identified here. So this area, obviously, it's previous support and resistance back a fair old while ago, back to 2016 and 15, when you go back in the charts. Now, I wanted to just place a line here so you can see where the triangle on his MACD has started to form. Now, actually, when you look at the one of the MACDs that's built into MT4 platform from scratch, it's actually not that far behind, but this is on the daily time frame, remember. So you can see that right here, this triangle has very nicely started to open up here, and it's just crept underneath that zero line, which is one of the crucial things that he teaches. Now, this is on the daily time frame, so at any point in that day, when you drop down to the 4 hour or the 1 hour, you would have seen that the triangle would have done its forming. But the MACD that's built into MT4 is lagging further behind. So let's go down to the 4 hour and see what that looks like. Just zoom down. So the actual line on the daily is where I put it in here. That's producing a different signal here. So let's move this along to this one. So on this one here, you can see that the MACD itself has started to look to cross. This is a lagging indicator as well, like most are. And then on this next buy candle, you would have seen throughout that 4 hour period, the price would have been producing a buy signal. Now, the normal MACD was a fair bit lagging behind on a 4 hour time frame. And the other crucial thing that he looks at is Bollinger Bands as well in his system. If a price is receiving a significant momentum, and this is at the end of a day as well, so this is a period indicator for the grid, by the way. So this is looking at the end of the US market. So on that particular day. So effectively on this Bollinger Band here, price has closed outside of the Bollinger Band quite a few times. Now, in his system, he likes to get into a trade, and he trades it with the particular momentum that's happening, usually in trend. Now, if a price does close or a candle does close outside of the Bollinger system, he will look on the smaller time frames to see if the price is going to continue or if it's going to come back into Bollinger. So as you can see here, these sell candles come in here after they've had nearly 12 hours of good buying momentum, and it's come back in. So as you can see, this MACD in this particular bit here has reacted quite nicely. So that he likes that pattern where if a price is coming up, it will come back down into the Bollinger, and then you can continue on with slightly more confidence that it's going to continue on with that buying momentum, which is exactly what it's done here. It's finished outside of Bollinger. The PSAR is still a long way away, producing a nice buy signal there, switched obviously as you can see from here, and the buy momentum has continued nicely. But reactive as his sped up MACD is, you can see here that these three sell candles have produced a MACD signal here to warn you that price could be starting to slow down. So let's potentially exit the trade with some pips in the bank. So that's Jin at LCMS's system. I think I had another zone to look at actually on the 4 hour. Let's have a look. I think this one was more as a trend trade. High up here. So again, this is on the daily time frame. Let's put another line here. So as you can see quite clearly, when you look at the MACD indicator window for a spell out MACD here, you can see it's just started to produce a nice sell triangle above zero, and it's started to open up on the way down. Now, as you can see, if I go back, this is a trend starting back in May, June, July in 2017. Price is corrected back up to a price zone, previous support and resistance, and then it started to continue back down to this area here. So you can see that the normal MACD that's built into MT4 is lagging behind, still producing a buy signal, whereas Jin's sped up MACD is producing a sell triangle signal here. So that's a great indicator for Jin's system. Now, if you're interested in getting involved with Jin and LCMS Traders, there's a link in the description below. Jin's also very active on Facebook as well, so no doubt he'll be commenting and telling me off for butchering his system, and he'll probably kill me in a couple of meetings after this video. But thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.